Many people know what a racing, anxious heartbeat feels like. Over the last year, many more people have experienced anxiety. Today, we're going to be talking about anxiety during the COVID pandemic. How was your anxiety during the pandemic?
It was low except for the occasional spike here and there.
Occasional spike? Like, what would, make it spike up?
Just being surrounded by all the people with masks in, Walmart, if I ever had to go in there. It's just, I'm not good around people.
Yeah. How did you fix the problem?
I just took a deep breath and just calmed myself down.
All right.
According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, during the pandemic, about 4 in 10 adults in the U.S. have reported symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder, a share that has been largely consistent, up from 1 in 4 adults who reported these symptoms from January to June 2019.
How was your anxiety during the pandemic?
It was rough. At first, I wasn't skeptical of it because, I thought it was nothing. But then I was like, wait, I have my great-grandma, and I couldn't see her. I was always worried about her, and, she always wanted to go out to the store, and we didn't want her to. And it was, pretty rough.
Very rough. How did you cope with your anxiety? Because I know with the mask,
it was really hard because for a minute, with my depression and stuff, it was pretty hard because I was in my room by myself half the time.
Yeah.
And I was just locked away, and I was texting people, but it wasn't the same because I couldn't see anyone, and I just didn't want to be in this situation anymore because no one, my grandma would sometimes come up and check on me and see if I'm okay, but I kept my distance from her because I didn't want her to get sick or anyone else sick in the house. And we had a baby in the house, so I didn't want anything to happen to them.
It's hard.
It was hard.
It's hard to lock yourself away and not talk to your family. It's hard enough to not talk to your friends, but when it comes to you're in your own house and you can't talk to anybody, that is hard. Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
During the pandemic.
My anxiety levels were extremely high, mainly because I have grandparents in the house and I'm in the extra risk group myself with my asthma, and I just always felt like at any moment I could lose someone close to me, and I was always super worried about that.
So when you say your grandparents, how old are they?
They're 82 and 85.
82. Wow. Okay,
And
so they're up there.
Yeah, they're up there. And then I got quarantined because someone close to me had gotten COVID.
I remember.
And I honestly thought that if I had it, there was a chance I gave it to them and I would lose them and I would have felt guilty. So my anxiety was just always super high.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
No, it's okay.
Well, how did you deal with it?
For the majority of the entire pandemic, not even just while I was alone in my little quarantine, I just stayed by myself. I stayed away from my grandparents for the most part. I would go weeks without even seeing them because I wouldn't go near them. I didn't really go places. I stayed home. I went to school. That was about it. Just so it limited the chance of me putting someone in my family in risk.
Yeah. It's always make sure. That's why COVID is so deadly, because everyone just forgets other people.
Exactly. I always tried to think about the people closest to me and how I would feel if I lost them, and that always just reminded me to just relax and stay by myself.
Okay, well, thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.